Okay, in this tutorial I'll walk you through how to take an image from the internet and prepare it for laser cutting. So let's say you found this rocket, then the first thing you should do is to save the image on your computer somewhere, and then you open Inkscape and go to File, Open, and select your image and just click OK to the standard settings. And I'll just pull this out so you can better see it, and I'll zoom out. So the first thing we want to do is to take this bitmap graphics and convert it into what's called vector graphics. And the way you do that is you go to Path and select Trace Bitmap, and remember to select the picture first. You can see there's this dotted line around it and arrows, and then click on Trace Bitmap. Then this menu shows up, and just leave the standard settings up here and click Update, and then you can see what your final result will look like, and click OK. You can close the trace menu again, and then what you can't see is that we actually have two pictures now. We have got the original picture and we got the vector graphics, and if I zoom in, then you can see the difference. This is the original picture over here, and this has this blurry lines, whereas vector graphic always have these very clearly defined lines. So what I will do now is that I'll simply just delete the original image, so I only got my vector graphics in it. One way you can check that it is vector graphics is if you go to View, Display Mode, Outline. Then you can see it's actually made out of lines, and then it's colored within. If you click on this node menu, then you can see that actually what it's made out of is a lot of points that is connected with lines, and that's why it's called vector graphics, and that's the kind of graphics that can be cut on a laser cutter. But as you can see, there is a slight problem with this one here, and that is if we cut this out, I can just go back to the normal view. If I cut this out, then this one here will simply fall out. So we need to create a bridge so that it doesn't fall out. One way of doing this is to create bridges, and you can do this by select the rectangle tool, and then you can draw where you want your bridge. When you have this one, when you have drawn the rectangle, then you click Shift, and then you click on the rocket, and then you go to Path and click on the one called Difference. Then you can see it actually cuts out this piece. You do the same thing in the other side over here. Select the rocket, click Path, Difference. And again, if I go to View, Display Mode, Outline, then you can see it's cut, and when I click the node view, it's been sliced out like this. So now it's actually ready for laser cutting. So what you should do now is to go to Save As, select AutoCAD DFX, I prefer the R14, and then you can click Save, and just leave these at the standard settings and click OK, and then you got a file that can be imported into RDWorks, which I'll show you at a later point. So that's it, folks. Have fun.